Hello, and welcome to a first look at Megabonk. This is a new Survivors link, and it's unbelievably popular. You can see, bottom right leaderboard, I am 44,987th. My first placement was like 100,000th. There are a lot of people playing this game. And you know what? It's really fun. So that's why I'm here to tell you about it. And mostly because I'm going to be playing a lot of it over the next week or two at least, and I'll probably be looking for some good runs because there's a big market, you know? You do a really cool run, you put it on YouTube, boom, free views. So I wanted to give you, the regular viewers, a chance to take a look at what this game's about so you're not so confused. Shall we? Let's begin. First of all, big warning for those of you who care about this, there's a ton of meta progress. This game is, as Survivor likes are, very meta progression heavy. Meta progressing is the game. And that's fine. I used to kind of dislike it, but now I'm more or less in. But you can just see there's like all these weapons. I've played 10 hours and this is my unlock. So you start with a lot of this stuff though. I think you start with like all of these that I'm hovering over here. And you start with 2 characters. I don't know how many tomes. So there's a lot of unlocking to do. There's a bunch of challenges and things like that to do. There's quests which give you meta currency, but you also get it for playing the game. So don't worry about it too much. Anyway, let's just hop right into a run, shall we? This game is very goofy, as you'll see from characters like Mega Chad, who is, well, you know. And you got Cool Monkey. I'm going to play as Cool Monkey today so I can put him on the thumbnail, I think. Because I love this character. He's really fun. I think he's probably the character to really sell you on the game because he was the one where I was like, oh, I get it now. And then there's 2 maps. There's the forest and the desert. I'm going to play the forest because it's the simpler one. And then there's 3 tiers per map. The tier is basically, tier 1 is like base game, tier 2 you get to go to the second map, and then tier 3 third map. And the third map is just the same map, but higher difficulty. And when I say higher difficulty, I mean like exponentially scaled. So what's going on in this game? Well, it's actually pretty straightforward. You press space to jump, and you press control to slide. Sliding is good for going down hills. And then you start with a weapon based on which character you are. For this one, we are the monkey. We start with the banana rang. And that's about it. You walk around. I'm not doing anything. The game is doing the targeting for me. Your XP bar fills up. When it fills up, you get an upgrade. I will play... I think this is a refresh. I'm not... You know, I think Revolver's fine, actually. It's not bad. Then there's stuff around the map, and this is like a 3D Survivors, like, of course. I've done what I can, but if you experience motion sickness, I'm sorry, this game is going to be hard for you to watch. So there's these shrines on the map, which you walk up to and you get little passive boosts. And then there are treasure chests, which you open for items. At the start, and while you're playing the game initially, you're gonna have 2 weapon slots and 2 tome slots, and those are just passives that you get for leveling up. And then as you progress, you'll get more, basically. But then you can have as many items as you want. And there's a lot to talk about. I'll get through it all, don't worry. The goal of each level, you have 10 minutes to find the boss, which we get pretty lucky, and we find it immediately here. So now I know where he is. I press this button, I spawn the boss, I have to fight the boss, and when he dies, I can go on to the next level. And you open treasure chest. You get, these are just passives. So 2 weapons, 2 tomes, and then as many items as you can find. You can banish anything to stop it from showing up into the run, and that's like a meta progression unlock. And that's about it. There's a lot of stats over here, and I'm not going to tell you what they all do. I think that you can probably guess what most of this stuff does. So I'm not going to go through each one. I'll go over some of the more tricky ones, or things that need clarification, I suppose. Like HP regen and lifesteal are... HP regen is HP regen per minute, and lifesteal is percentage chance to heal 1 when you hit the enemies. Anything else? Yeah, there is one other thing to talk about here, which is that these stats, the damage, crit chance, crit damage, these are multipliers at a global level, but each weapon has its own base level as well. So like the revolver can level up to get more crit chance and more crit damage, which won't be reflected over here. And the same for if you have like a projectile tome or more projectiles from your weapons. So like you'll see it here, basically. As far as I can tell, there's no combining things, as far as I've gotten anyway. And so each character, now that I've gone through all that, each character has a passive and an active. Or not passive and active, it's like a passive and a starting weapon. So Monkey starts with Banana Rang, and Monkey's passive is he can climb walls. I like Monkey a lot because I think that, specifically for this map, being able to climb walls is amazing because verticality is hell. Now, I'll tell you about the other thing to talk about in this game, which is the movement. Specifically, I think Monkey's very fun as well because it's a lot of fun to move around as him. There's like, so I'm not 100% certain about this, but you can basically bunny hop in this game, and I'm not too sure about how it works. But you basically do a slide and then jump right at the start of the slide, and it kind of gives you momentum, but I'm not really certain about it. But that's what people have told me anyway. Hey, don't not send me flying. Plus 1.2 extra jumps. And 1.2 extra jumps is one extra jump, but now I only need to roll like 0.8 to get another jump, basically. A crit chance is fine. It's a fine passive. And the only reason not to take it would be if I wanted to banish it, right? I'm a little broke, actually. And another extra jump? We're gonna have insane mobility here. I'd like to pick up a little bit of way to heal, but that's about it. We're kind of doing great. We're gonna be able to go wherever we want. I think, so the tomes you want to kind of curate. I want attack speed and maybe projectiles for Banana. And Revolver wants crit chance, but damage is never really bad. I'm gonna hold out. And we're not gonna take HP. Once I unlock more tomes, which by the way, 10 hours in I have not unlocked, because you can have up to 4 weapons, 4 tomes. I have not unlocked more weapons, more tomes yet. But once you do, I think this game's gonna get a lot better. I'm gonna not bother explaining some stuff here just for simplicity's sake. When I use it, I'll talk about it, basically, is what I'm gonna follow, because there's a lot of stuff to look at. It's all fairly self-explanatory, I feel, but some things are a little more knowledge checky, you know? But yeah, this is the game. It is Vampire Survivors. I like Vampire Survivors. I think this game is good mostly because it's been a while since I played a Survivors-like that really gripped me, and there's a lot of people interested in this game, so it's like a win-win for me. Hello, Chunkum the Terrible. This guy's not a, he's just an elite. This is not a boss or anything. They spawn, I think, randomly. My boss damage, this is a great wake-up call. I don't do any damage to this guy. I'm insanely mobile, but being mobile in this game is not great. But it's not like a win condition, basically, because I do have to attack speed for sure. I have to kill the boss, but I also only have 6.5 minutes before the like enrage happens, where if I'm still on the map, it starts spawning harder and harder and more enemies. Forever, pretty much. This shrine here is, when I click it, any boss and elite spawns for the rest of the stage are doubled, so I will not be doing that. I am definitely not strong enough. And we'll just head up here. I want to go back for that treasure chest you can see shining in the distance, but you know, I guess I can basically just go flying over to it. Hey. I'm immortal, but my damage is not high enough, for sure. 20% more gold from killing enemies. I'm gonna banish that one. I don't think that really helps too much. There's a swarm coming. There's also a time stop here, but I just don't do any damage. I need to level up, and I need to get like more projectiles. Yeah, Revolver has a base crit rate of 5% apparently, but that's never going to be reflected. I'll hit the Shock Shrine. The Magna Shrine pulls in all of the currency on the map. Yeah, it's got to be projectile count, I fear. Size up, projectile speed up. I guess we'll take just global projectile count, honestly. Same thing, global projectile count. The Revolver always shoots in bursts of 6, so every projectile up is like another shot to the burst, basically. So now it shoots in bursts of 9. This is attack speed. I don't want to commit myself to crit chance right now. I want to focus on the banana rank, because Revolver's ability to clear enemies is pretty heavily dictated on if you get projectile bounce, which is a stat that it gets, and I have not. I'll take Epic Banana. Bigger bananas, faster, more damage, you know how it goes. Wait. And yeah, you basically get it. This game is the sort of game that you will understand within like 5 minutes if you like it or not. It's pretty cheap and it's very fun. I think this game is, I didn't even go through like the normal first look stuff. People have given me some feedback that they feel like the first looks are kind of bloated, and I don't disagree. So I've just kind of been expediting the start. But I believe this game is like $9 only, which so far I'm enjoying it very greatly for my money. It has been quite good. I need to kill Chunkum the Terrible. I can get this. Crit damage, evasion, knockback. I'll do 8% evasion. Doesn't hurt. How are we doing on time? Not terribly. Summoning ghosts with when we interact with things, very nice. I haven't been having the bunny hop around because my mobility on Monkey has been great. I do feel like he's one of the better mobility characters, but I have no idea why. Like, he's just so fast. I also am not gonna lie to you, I have no clue where I left the elite. It looks like he's over this way. Let me pick up this nuke. This is just like a wipe. Those are random power-ups that spawn, by the way. Just drop from enemies randomly. Not too deep. Curse an enemy dealing 30% of their max HP every second. This doesn't work on bosses and elites, so I kind of just don't like it at all. 6.5% luck. What? I don't actually know what luck does. I have no idea. I see him. I see him. Where'd he go? And did I hallucinate him? Hello? You saw him over here, right? What the? Oh yeah, one other thing. This game has fall damage for some reason, so be aware of that. If you go flying too much, you just get hit for landing. But if you're next to a wall when you land, you don't take fall damage, is how it works. HP regen's fine. Just trying to find him. Where did he go? This is definitely... What the fuck is he doing over here? We just fucked off? I've never seen that before. What a guy. 15% more damage to elites and bosses, not bad. I'll tell you as well, in terms of difficulty, the scaling in this game is insane. I have never made it past the second floor. I got really close once with maxed out damage, but I've never quite made it. I think we're gonna level up a bunch because that was like a condensed XP node. When there's too many little XP drops on the floor, they will just condense into one pickup like that. But yeah, we only leveled up twice. It wasn't that great. Another swarm coming. I don't have long. It would be very nice to get another magnet shrine. I'm gonna try to run the map and see if I can find one. But yeah, it's probably not super likely. We can reset our jumps. Oh no, we don't reset our jumps from climbing. Huh. Interesting. So I guess that means you're never on the ground, technically. Ghosts, help me. I'd like to start the boss somewhere around 2 minutes remaining. I'm just gonna do a quick little jog around the courtyard here. And see if I can find myself any magnet shrines. Because we're quite mobile, right? But it's not like it's gonna be... I'm not gonna get stuck, basically. Looks like no such luck. Oh, I think +1 projectile count when you have the tome is whatever. I'll take HP. Oh, another mini boss. Hello. I guess we'll kill this guy real quick then. Mini boss, elite, whatever you want to call him. I don't want to leave him alive. Hey, we got dropped on magnet. Sweet. That's extremely lucky. There was no reason this should happen to me. I'll go one more projectile. Yeah, my boss damage is not great. I definitely need more damage. I think we go crit chance on the revolver now. Attack speed, whatever. Projectile count, fit base damage, very nice. Because you get a bunch of percentage increases in this game, so base damage going up is good. Projectile bounce, crit damage, 2 more bananas, and projectile speed's fine. Crit chance up, crit damage up, sure. Should help a lot with our boss damage to just go up to like 35% crit chance on the revolver, right? Whoa. This is gonna hurt maybe. Well. Ah, oh god. Yeah, I should not have gone for it. I wanted the treasure chest. I'm gonna get it now because I committed my HP, but I should not have. Oh, nice. I get my HP back. Alright, so I've spent a lot of my time. I wasted like a minute here just getting to that magnet. It was very much not worth it. We don't straight up die. We have about a minute after the timer runs out before it becomes unlivable, is my estimation. So hopefully it's okay, but I think I have overstayed. I don't think I'll kill this boss in time, because he has 18,000 HP. Now let's see how it looks. Lil Bark here, he's not a particularly hard boss. He's just gonna walk at us. It's actually kind of close if I can stay on him. Because I can just jump when he attacks, it's gonna be very hard for him to ever do damage to me. Because I can just kind of outrange his attack by going in the sky. Crit damage, projectile speed. I'm gonna go projectile count for sure. Yeah, actually, I guess it is good. The revolver shots are doing work. I can also bounce off the wall a little bit. Ah, you know what? It looks like it was good to go over there. HP regen's good. Everything's looking great. This is like, actually, I could not have timed this out better. When you kill the boss, you do suck in all of the XP that's on the ground as well, so you don't have to worry about going and picking everything up. Another ghost, cool. I think flat damage Bananarang, very nice. And then we have, I'll let you see what the enemies are like. The longer you live here, the more silver you get, which is the meta currency. And we'll do crit chance up to 47%. Plus 2 projectiles, cool. So yeah, it's these little ghosts that come in. They will progressively get faster and tankier, and so eventually what happens is you just get mobbed, and you actually get swarmed and just pushed away from the portal. Which, what the fuck was that? That did happen to me once or twice where it was like, oh, I'll just farm for a little bit for fun, because I won't get this XP basically at all. But it's good to farm these for a little money, right? Because you can see the money racking up. And we have good weapons for it too. Projectile weapons are good since they're gonna come at us from weird elevations. They're basically all spawning above us on the ground. All right, I'm gonna get out of here now. No more messing around with this. And that's stage 1. We made it to stage 2. Cool monkey. And so now, unless your build is really good, you're gonna get smoked, because the boss we just fought, 18,000 HP. If you are curious, in case we see him, the second boss will have about 600,000. These are bad. I don't want Borger. I mean, I guess you take credit cards. I don't want to waste a refresh. I only have one. So the thing we have going for us is we're extremely mobile, right? So I might be able to just like live with our mobility, because the boss's patterns are not that hard, but he's so tanky, and so is everything else here. So I think what we'll try for here is we'll try to just find the boss. An extra gold when taking damage? No thanks. That's getting banished. I don't know what the different colors of the bubbles on the shrine mean. I have no clue. Please don't ask me. I don't know. So yeah, we'll just head on. Oh, one more thing. Beware that you can't always double jump when you are hitting the ground to like save yourself a jump. Because basically the way that it works is you build momentum as you're falling, and the jump is just giving you momentum in the other direction in this game. Take 14% damage to elites. So what happens is right before you hit the ground, you press your jump button and it doesn't take away enough momentum, and then you still get splattered. Now you don't take a ton of damage, it's only like 13 or so. I think the most I've taken is maybe like 20 fall damage when falling from like really high. But it's not really that good. Or that bad either, for that matter. Yeah, that was like, what, 10, 12 damage? It mostly matters if you don't have sustain, which is something that will happen to you sometimes. I got lucky with the double regen, but you will often have runs where you just don't have any health sustain because you can't really take it, especially early on. Anyway, enough talking about technology and like figuring out how to do better at this game. Check out this sweet monkey flip. You know? Like, ultimately, you can spend as much or as little brain power on this game as you want. You can just look at the cool monkey in shades do flips, and I think that's also valid. I'll take crit damage. I'm very glad to have done this run, because this run is really fun, and I think this showcases what is really good about this game, which is just flying around the map and shooting your silly weapons and getting blasted around by banelings. I hate these guys. Just let me get my freaking shrine. Oh my god, Chunkum just spawned in the air. The paratroopers are here. Help. Yeah, you can see he has a little 57k. So he has like the mini boss, the elite here, has 3x the HP of the boss from the last area. So that's pretty tough. But we'll see what we can do about it. If I stay on him, I'll kill him eventually, I think. But the problem is when the swarms start coming in, right? So we want to look for damage pretty much entirely, is my thinking. I'm gonna try to grab this shrine now. I think I've baited them away. Eek. I'm taking 24 HP regen. I'm all brown because I got hit by Chunkum. He gives you a slow if you get hit. But this is where you kind of get trapped, because if I leave him uncontested, it's pretty bad. Maybe it's not even that bad. Maybe I just leave him alone, because he's not going to hurt me. It's not like I'm going to get hit by that. So maybe I just look around for some more power-ups. Maybe the Maui head has something for me. 28% damage per 100 max HP. That is really good. That's 40% damage. Is a lot. I think it stacks with all the other damage pretty nicely. And as long as I stay in the sky, these enemies can't hurt me. Unfortunately, I can't really ever get this shrine right now. But that's okay. You gotta be very careful about going up against the wall when you have a bunch of jumps like this. Oh, moldy cheese. Moldy cheese, the poison damage output is so insane. It's like, this is the boss killer. I killed a 1.2 million HP boss with like 3 moldy cheeses. Moldy cheese, my beloved, for real. Yeah, you gotta be careful about running on the walls here, because the enemies will spawn underneath of you, and eventually you have to come down. And when you do, they're gonna be waiting for you. Eek. I think Chunkum has maybe just fucked off. Oh, there he is. This is the 1.2 million HP boss, by the way. Secret character, Shake Sus Bush. Do not do this. He has so much health. He'll just stand there and look at you. I think it's a clear sign, though, that I am not winning this run, because I can't kill anything. And this happens very often. I think it's a side effect of just not having enough unlocks, right? I think another tome or two for DPS, maybe. Because, like, if I could have a crit tome as well here, I think that would be the way. I don't really know what my game plan is now. It feels like I'm just kind of waiting to die. Hey, maybe I can get this. Way! Maybe I get this shrine. I do get this shrine. Difficulty. Nope, that's not what I want. Difficulty, more enemies, and more, like, power to the enemies, basically. So it's like 10% more HP and damage for enemies, but it's also 10% more enemies, which is good because you want more enemies to become stronger. That's what these little skulls are on the ground. They're difficulty shrines. Have I really not found the boss yet? I was hoping to just find the boss and maybe like spawn him in and DPS him. I have no delusions of this anymore though. Oh, he's over here. You can see the little red lines in the sky that points you towards where the boss is. Or where the portal is, I guess. I mean, I guess you just spawn him in and pray. Because he's not any harder. He's just very tanky. But if I stay up here on the wall, it'll be alright. I think most likely I'll die to the ghosts more than anything else. Maybe I find a magnet or something for this one. Right? Because I've left a lot of XP around. Uh-oh, swarm incoming. I gotta get out of here, man. Wow! Chunkum fucking sniped me. Guess I could just hide up here for a little bit. I don't have any ideas about this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I spawned the boss like I was gonna help me. I can't be anywhere near him. Help, help. I'm trying to greed for shrines that I know I can't greed for. We gotta do something, man. I think the only hope we have is a magnet. Ooh, a free treasure chest. Hold on. Wait for it. Evasion 15%? Sure, why not? It doesn't hurt. We get a paid treasure chest, 8% XP gain, cool. Oh, it's the boss. And it's Chunkum. Fancy seeing both of you here. Unfortunately, I landed right on Chunkum. I couldn't see, of course, because my camera clipped into the boss. You know how it goes. Yeah, it was all revolver damage. I think if I could take something to help revolver do more damage, we could maybe make it out of here alive. But it's not very likely. I think that there is like a piece of this game missing right now that I don't understand. And it is somewhere in the meta progression, I'm almost certain. Because I think if you can get enough damage in one weapon, you can kind of power through enemies. But the only run that I had that even came close was a run where I had revolver with like maxed out crit chance, because if you go over 100% crit chance, you get to do double crits, or I think they're called over crits, which is just like bonus crit damage on top. And that run had enough damage to barely clear the boss in time, and I think that's what you gotta look for. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to figure out. I think that the limiter of 2 tomes is tough. So if you're curious about how you get to get more stuff, for tomes you have to do 60 quests, and quests are things like these, right? Complete 2 challenges, win level 2, unlock the monkey, all of this. So my conclusion of this game for you is that if you don't like meta progression, you should not play this game because it is all meta progression. However, if you do like meta progression, or if you don't mind and you want to just play a cool little Souls-like, or not Souls-like, not Souls-like, Survivors-like, then this game is pretty solid. I've been enjoying it pretty greatly. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next bonk. Have a good one.